Hi, I'm Himanshu Singh.
Hi, this is Abhishek Anand.
Myself Sri.
Hello everyone, I am Samir Singh.
Hi, I am Ayush.
Myself Manas Kumar.
Hello everyone, I'm Utkarsh from Team 1. We are going to present our summer internship project in this video. We have tried to include all our design methodologies and approach in brief. The detailed report has been documented and its link is available in description. We hope that you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.
The product that we worked on in this project was optimized on various engineering dimensions like mechanical strength, ergonomics and comfort of the user, mechanical integrity, where cost and space efficiencies are some of the major things that we worked upon. The prime motive of the project has been to justify each and every component used in the product and to minimize the material and the cost that is being asked. The very first feature here we can see is the ergonomically comfortable design of the pedal position and the seat, where the designs are totally in compliance with international standards. And it can support 95 percentile to 50 percentile of female body sizes. We also have an adjustable pedal assembly that is totally in compliance with the desk seating in an office environment. Easily adjustable casing and when not in use can be easily slid back under the chair have also been used. Mechanically strong design that can support fluctuating loads very swiftly have also been incorporated. Now, one by one, we will be explaining each of these components and what design methodology we used and how it aligns to the perfect goals.
We have calculated the torque applied by the belt on the flywheel by considering 150 watt power generations by the user. Tight side of the belt will have a tension of 450 Newton and slack side will have 300 Newton of tension. Using the Timoshenko's equation, we found out that each of the spokes, there are 4 spokes, will have an axial loading of not more than 5 Newton. On the screen here, we can see the values that were used in the calculations. And here we can see the iterated design that has 4 rims. Further, this design was passed through the finite element analysis. This particular analysis was carried by the introduction of peripheral load on the loads, and we simulated the bending of the component. Here on your screen you can see the very first iteration of the casing that is far from being a space efficient design. Also, space analysis was not done till then, but this somehow gave us a starting point to proceed and optimize further.
After that, we modified the casing of the curvature to lift the nose up. This also facilitates the correct posture of the user. The design is much more efficient and spacious than the earlier one. The design have been made much more efficient by trimming the radial spaces out. There have been also provision of integrated caster wheel which have been attached to this design. Here you can see this caster wheel attached to our casing on the front. The integration of the wheel facilitates the smooth operation by the user at a very great extent. Axle and other dimensions have been made in such a way that it can bear the maximum load. This type of wheel is very quick in operation and also reduces the frictional losses. The caster wheel has been integrated by an extrusion from the casing itself. To make our product with minimal number of fasteners, we have modified the casing itself to act as a mount for the wheel.
This is a simulation of caster wheel axle bearing the load of 80 kg person standing upright on the pedals. The dimension has been chosen to bear the loads with enough safety factor. The visualization of loads has very well been explained in this diagram. As we can see, the supporting screw of the casing faces a distributed load that has been considered triangular for calculation convenience. There is a perpendicular load on the screw and also a bending moment is there. These considerations have not included the fluctuations of load due to pedaling. Here we can see the lead screw that acts as a rear actuation system of the casing. This is the base frame of the lead screw that ensures that the loads are transferred to the ground optimally. We also have raised the screw to have some clearance for nuts movement forward and rearward.
We can see the nut here that act as the casing screw coupler. Various design calculations were done to design the nut and screw in the total manner, namely, first is permissible compressive stress of the screw due to axial load, and this calculation has been done already for the first iteration. Second is permissible bending stress. Third one is permissible shear stress, and due to the and this is due to the transverse loading due to the operation load and the weight of the casing. And the fourth one is shear failure of the screw's root faces due to the rotation of nut. We designed the modification in the lead screw nut. This modification has been done to design a star type hand wheel that actuates the lead screw mechanism. Ball or roller bearing will be inserted between the concentric cylinders so that the relative rotation can be possible. And we worked on the mannequin testing of the hand wheel operation to verify the locations and ensure that they are within the full range.
We found out that the lead screw height should be increased by at least 10 mm for comfortable actuation, because in present dimension the arm is straight, which causes major fatigue, and also office workers do not wear loose dress, hence a 180-degree opening is little impractical. We also tested the product with a 50th percentile female. Vision window of the operator shows that the hand wheel is half visible in the present design. We further simulated the product with human to check and collect the data regarding the various aspects. Naming some of them, we have, first of all, extreme reach point of the foot, radially farthest and the nearest. Secondly, width of the bottom of 95th percentile male, so that a proper seat can be designed to accommodate the user optimally. And third point, head height of the user, in which we have included 50th percentile female and 95th percentile American male. And the last point is clearance between the foot bottom and the datum.
This slide represents the modified casing design. Hence, the feet is reaching the paddle location comfortably. We successfully ran the ruler simulation to ensure that the posture is under industry accepted standard. We are very happy to share that the posture is well compliant with the international standard of ruler. Ruler pigments on mannequin's body clearly shows that there are no red zones, and hence the product is comfortable even in the exercise mode. We worked on the design and analysis of chair frame. The chair frame orientation is constrained by the mounting requirement of casing. Hence, we can't go with four-legged or side-by-side inverted C-shaped leg. Hence, we have decided to move ahead with double C orientation. This provides the provision of a mounting lead for the lead screw. And lastly, we integrated the paddle assembly to our product, as it ensures degree of freedom and rich envelope of user's foot.
On behalf of the whole team, I want to thank Pulkit sir from Indian Railways. His support has been very precious in the development of this project. Without his guidance, such an efficient product design would not have been possible. We thank him for this great learning opportunity. If you have any suggestions and query from the team, feel free to contact us at our mail team1pitmesra@gmail.com. We'll surely respond. Thank you.